Welcome back, beautiful people. We are back with another episode of What the Hell is Happening. It's your boy, Nick Henderson, and I'm sitting here with the amazing
Jeannie McInerney. Hi,
Yes.
we're back. We're so glad to be back. And we're just kind of commenting on how each other looks right now.
Yes. And I've been trying to explain to Jeannie that right now, everybody's trying to achieve the glass skin look. Do you know what the glass skin
No,
look
but
is?
I asked Nick, why does your forehead look like you put baby oil all over it? And apparently he's sporting the glass skin look. So if you'd like to tell us what that is.
Would love to.
It's not everybody can see us.
Oh my God. Okay. So should I just share my skincare routine?
Oh my God, we'll be here all day, but okay.
It's honestly my newest obsession. So I don't know if I've ever really gone into like my skin history with you, but
No, you haven't. I can hardly wait.
we've talked about everything else. I'm shocked. But I absolutely was that like acne prone teenager who was just like, I don't know, obsessive over how my skin looked because just had like hormonal acne and then also being extremely active. I would sweat. So it would just make me extremely like, just, I guess, acne.
Okay,
Acne.
okay. I have to say, I'm not quite sure how much to believe you because you were upset the other day when you looked at a picture of you and you said, "Look at my acne," and you had one pimple.
Right.
One, and you called it acne. Acne's plural.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Acne
pimple.
means more than a pimple.
Pimple. Okay, but I used to have pimples for days.
Okay.
So now that I am a, just fine young man and my hormones have balanced out,
Okay, all right. Glad to hear it.
thank you.
Yeah.
I have now perfected my skincare routine and it's the glass skin look. And that's where your skin looks super hydrated and it's,
Maybe greasy.
I mean, no. See, greasy typically looks like it's caked on versus the glass skin look that is like extremely hydration focused. It allows your skin to look, rejuvenated, like you just threw some water on it.
Okay. Is it too late for me?
Not at all.
Okay.
We can get you together.
I can look. Okay.
I'll get you
We
together.
can get you together. Okay.
So this is what we got to do. We have to
Okay.
find you a good cleanser. I use two. So
Okay.
I use an oil cleanser and then a foam cleanser. And I just,
I use a goat milk cleanser.
oh, okay.
I actually have a routine when I remember to do it.
Okay. So do you have a toner? Because that's the next step.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then-
What's it called? Begins with a C. Clarent? No, I don't know. Something.
Okay. Well,
Clinique.
Clinique.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a classic one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a classic. Yeah.
You're a very
Okay.
classic.
Yeah. Okay.
classic girl. And then a good serum that helps to keep. So for you, you probably want a serum that's good for keeping your skin firm, keeping it
You're
hydrated.
telling me I got saggy skin?
No,
God.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
when your skin evolves, you have to make sure that you're giving it its proper like
Okay.
nutrients.
Okay, when we get home, you can go through my skincare stuff, and it's just remembering to use it.
Yes.
That's the thing.
It's
right?
like
So, yeah,
morning, it's a routine. Nighttime is a routine.
all right.
And it's because I take pride in how I look.
Well, you
know?
look fabulous. So we're
well, thank
so
you.
happy you're here.
Thank you. And I mean, this is a great segue into a little pop culture because
Yeah,
the glass-
I do notice your generation is very into skincare.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, like even 9-year-olds are into skincare these days. So I'm going to suggest one thing that will help with anybody who's into skincare.
Oh.
Sunblock. I wish I'd had sunblock. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have any sunblock growing up. So
wait, sunblock was not a thing back then?
no.
What?
So I would burn freckle peel. That
You're
would be
kidding
it. No.
me.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When did
so
sunscreen
I'd
come out?
probably look like I was 22 if I did sunblock.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's that.
Wow. That just really, that's a mind F.
Yeah.
And that's like the last step of like my skincare routine. That's what they say. You
Yeah,
always
well.
in with sunscreen.
And to prevent sunburn when you went to the beach or whatever, you would just put a T-shirt over your swimsuit.
Oh, you lying.
That was it. Yeah, that was
Oh
it.
my God. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad that I made a little cocktail for us to share.
Yeah, Luke here at the Chicago podcast studio made me a delicious coffee, but over here we have a gin and more gin and another more gin.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm going to
No.
be drinking coffee and gin together.
It's gin, a little liqueur,
Yeah.
Cointreau, and then, a little lime juice. Now, I will be honest and say I made that in 10
Whoa.
seconds, and it's so strong.
Whoa.
It is so strong.
That is. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we needed a strong drink
Yeah.
to dive into geez, I can't talk. Maybe the gin is
Maybe
already
it's
doing its
the
thing.
gin. Yeah.
But yeah, today's topic, we're gonna talk about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Okay. I know you're excited. You love this kind of thing.
I do.
So they are apparently in a fight, right? They're in a fight. They're fighting with each other.
It's a war.
Were they friends at one point?
I don't think by any standards they were friends. They were probably just colleagues,
Okay.
and the politics of the music industry put them in the same
Yeah.
environment to work together to promote both of their careers for different reasons. But yeah, they have been beefing probably since like 2017, 2018.
Oh my God. Why? Like, what's the point?
Jeannie, let me tell you the tea. Okay. So I have to give backstory on just the history of like female rap. So
Okay.
you're familiar with like Little Kim, right?
No.
Oh,
God, I'm not. I'm sorry. Oh God. All right, loser.
Queen
Ooh.
Latifah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, do you
All
know?
right, I scored one.
Well, wait.
Yay.
What do you know Queen Latifah for?
Movies.
Oh,
Movies.
Do you know that
I
she's,
like her.
do you know that she started out as a rapper?
Sort of. I think I knew that.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay. I know who she is. It's good, right?
Okay, so Queen Latifah was a part of like a very golden era of female hip hop, which was all about empowerment. It was about promoting women in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tide shifted a bit when Little Kim stepped onto the scene in like the 90s. And she was this, provocateur who was all about, sexual liberation. And
Oh, look, you upset Stu now.
Stu, the studio
Here,
dog.
Here, we'll just.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
He heard sex. He's like,
He doesn't want to hear sexual liberation. Poor Stu. He's like, okay.
yeah, poor Stu. He not
Okay.
getting none.
He's not getting none. No, he's fixed. He's not getting anywhere. Yeah.
So Little Kim steps into the scene. She shakes up the whole trajectory of what, female rap is even today. And Little Kim had a nice ride. She was the female rapper of her era. She was right there neck and neck with the Biggies of the world, Tupac. Do you know who Biggie is?
Oh, I thought you meant like the biggies, the big people of the world.
God, Biggie the rapper
Okay.
from the 90s.
Okay. So I've heard of Tupac, right?
Okay.
Okay. I was raising little kids in the 90s. I wasn't out at clubs rapping. Okay.
Okay, but you were still a part of just society.
Yeah, I was listening to Rafi, Baby Beluga in the Deep Blue Sea. Yeah, when you've got 3 kids under the age of 4.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
you're really not. Yeah,
That's fair. And
it's-
to your defense, their music was not family friendly at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I doubt we were. Yeah.
But culturally, they were.
Tupac died, right?
Did. And so
Didn't
did Biggie.
somebody kill him?
It was, we'll have
Okay,
to do
I
it.
know some stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
You
All
just
right,
earned.
all right.
You earned back a little street cred.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
So, yes, Little Kim was like thriving in this extremely competitive, male dominated industry, specifically within rap. And obviously, we know as a society at large, but she kicked down a lot of doors for female rappers to be. So basically, let's say this. She was the Madonna of her
Okay.
era and
Yeah.
of, what she represents to
Yeah.
the culture. So Little Kim essentially is the Madonna of her generation and
Okay.
of
Yeah.
female rap.
Controversial.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So everything that you see today happening in female rap, Little Kim did it first.
Oh, all right.
So come the 2010s, Nicki Minaj has her breakthrough, and she's now like the
So
hottest.
she's 10 years after Little Kim. Is that right? More or less?
Essentially, but if
Yeah.
you want to get technical and talk about like mainstream success, Little Kim was falling off in the like mid to late like 2000s because she went to jail, and then
For what?
I can't remember. I think it was like fraud or something.
Tax fraud or
I don't know.
something?
Actually, don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
I think it was actually she didn't want to snitch or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
But so Nicki Minaj is like, she comes through the gate like swinging. She's
Well, Little Kim's in jail.
exactly, essentially. And Nicki
Okay,
Minaj,
on your feet, lose your seat.
yes,
Right.
no, for real. And Nicki Minaj is now positioning herself in the same way that Little Kim did, where she was coming up with these heavy hitter male rappers. So like Lil Wayne, Drake, and they were all a part of this collective called Young Money. So,
Wait, a collective called Young Money? Okay.
and it also was like a label, and basically that's how Drake, Nicki Minaj all kind of came up and became the successful.
How do you know all this?
I mean, I'm an artist. I have to know these things.
Okay, but like, how old were you in the 90s? You were like two.
Okay, so my era of female rap absolutely is Nicki Minaj being the prominent and dominant, like, queen of rap.
All right.
That's the way that she just happened that way. Little Kim, I remember a little bit like put your lighters up, Chi-Town, keep putting your lighters up. You probably don't know that one, but
No,
you don't even know Little Kim.
I know.
But so fast forward, Little Kim is starting to feel slighted because of Nicki Minaj not showing her respect and giving her the proper credit for certain looks and certain bars and flows, and that started this tension.
So was Nicki Minaj actually stealing her music or coming up with her own?
No, I wouldn't say that Nicki Minaj was stealing the music, but it is fair to say that Nicki Minaj, whether it was her personally or if it was her team, they used Little Kim's blueprint to carve out a new lane.
But doesn't everybody, I mean, I'm sorry, but even look at the Renaissance painters, right? Like they all did the little dots. Oh, okay, so they all did the little dots. They weren't running around freaking out that other people did the little dots.
Sure.
You had your own interpretation of them.
Yeah. And
right? Impressionists, I meant to say.
Okay, yes. And with art, it's hard to say trademark certain things. You can't trademark a flow. You can't
style.
A style, right.
How are you gonna,
But you can take ownership over it, and those who are willing to acknowledge you and give you your credit, then that is a part of the culture that is the music industry.
What do you think Nicki Minaj should have done? Said, before each song, I'd like to thank Little Kim.
No, but I do think that, and just to give you a bit more context, now there's still detail that I probably, don't quite know for a fact, but I believe that there was a moment where Nicki Minaj did give Little Kim credit, but just tensions started to brew. And then now Little Kim and Nicki Minaj are having this intergenerational feud.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2017, 2018.
Wait, where's Little Kim today? She in jail still?
No, Little Kim is alive and well, doing her thing, but her legacy has fallen short to the many variants of female rappers that are today.
What does that mean, fallen short? What?
In the sense of her legacy is not regarded and respected in the way that you would.
Oh, why?
I think that's the woes of being the first. Some people will give you that credit and acknowledgement, and then others will celebrate those who took what you created as a roadmap and as a blueprint.
Okay, but she came up in you're just telling me, in an era of these male rappers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So didn't she take from them?
That's a fair argument. I think that she
didn't come up with rap.
no. I think that she took the grit of I am a woman, but I can talk about sex. I can talk about my body count.
But which the males were doing anyway.
Exactly.
So she just
Exactly. So, which is an interesting thing because from your like recollection of Madonna, do you think that that's what she did? She saw other artists and
see. I think a lot of female rappers and all that took from Madonna. I mean, that whole thing about female first and being able to dress the way you want and provocatively, and even her song like a virgin, it was like everybody was like, oh my God, oh, gasp.
Why was that
Clutch
such a
my pearls? I think that for a female artist to be singing about sex and being out there, and she also had a lot of religious iconography. What do you call that?
imagery?
Imagery in her music, and she used it in not a religious way. I think that probably a lot of people who came after her took from her, but you don't see her whining about it.
I don't know too much about Madonna, nor do I keep up with her enough to know if she's beefing with the new girls. And just a quick question before we get back to Nicki Minaj. What was it like to live through the Like a Virgin era? What did that represent for women?
Well, I think it was kind of exciting in a lot of ways. The music was new, and it was, to be honest, I don't know that I remember a ton of it. It just seemed like she was just always part of the culture or whatever. But I love that she was, I guess today you call it a multi-hyphen. She would do film and she would do music and, I don't know. I just, I really respected her, but I don't remember like thinking my world pivoted on what Madonna did.
Sure.
Sure.
And I'm sure some of that has to do with general interests. Like me, I'm able to speak on this because I'm interested in pop culture, music. So I think that impact varies on interest.
Absolutely.
So back to Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Back to Nicki Minaj.
So now we're up to say like 2017, 2018.
Who I'm going to say I like Nicki Minaj because she said she was on Stephen Colbert. She's obsessed with Stephen Colbert.
Yes.
And I love Stephen Colbert.
And so are you.
So yeah. As a matter of fact, I told my husband, it used to be the only guy I would leave him for was Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh, you totally would do that.
I know. I was like, yeah, because I'm like, I love nerdy guys, right? But I have to say, Stephen Colbert is right up there with Bill Nye, the science guy. Just saying.
I hope, is Bill Nye still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hope he's doing well.
He's not like 100 or anything. He's probably like my age.
I know, but like he raised me and he was a part of my childhood.
Bill
and then
Nye, the science guy.
Yes. Yeah, right. And it's like, once you age out of that, you don't necessarily
You think
see
they
him.
die?
Not they die.
Okay,
but,
well, you just asked, is he dead?
Okay, maybe I have to follow him on social media or something.
I don't know if Bill Nye's on social media. Anyway, okay.
Bill Nye, if you out there, I hope you alive and well, my man.
Yeah, we do. We hope you are somewhere doing something good.
Something scientific.
So anyway, Nicki Minaj.
So Cardi B steps on the scene as this personality. She was a rapper underground, but what was her breakthrough was she was a part of this reality show franchise called Love and Hip Hop. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
You just lost some street cred.
I'm trying to get it back, right? Okay.
Okay, we should tally.
I did hear the Nicki Minaj, Stephen Colbert interview, so I get a little bit of credit with that.
Colbert, that's not really street.
Okay.
That's pretty mainstream.
Okay, but Nicki Minaj was on Colbert. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, everybody at home, keep a tally of how
many points I'm losing, like by the minute. Okay,
you lose and gain by the minute.
We need a little scoreboard.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's on this reality show, and the show is not a platform that's meant to be taken seriously for talent. It was centered around
Like
these
Real Housewives kind of thing?
yes, kind of.
Okay.
Same satirical just genre of reality
Yeah.
where people are rich and famous
Yeah.
and they're like just living this lavish life, but also at the same time they're seeking more credibility in their careers or the hardships and challenges of failed careers. So Cardi B has her big moment on this reality show because she has like this underdog story. She was a stripper who was able to start her like rap career from
Okay.
stripping, and then was popular on social media, which was actually how she was cast on the show. And then the show gave her a new
Okay, new audience.
A new
yeah.
audience.
An expanded audience.
expanded
anyway, yeah.
audience, yes. And people were like, "Oh my God, I'm obsessed with her. She's so fun. She's so, fiery. She's just so real and authentic." And at that time, there wasn't many rappers, let alone just artists who were positioning themselves as like, I'm a regular smegular girl.
So Nicki Minaj, didn't she have the album Queen? Was it?
She did. And
Okay, so now the queen feels knocked off the pedestal and there's a new queen, right?
essentially, that's how the tensions start to brew.
Okay, this is interesting because why is it that women in this field aren't mentoring each other?
I don't think, actually, great question. And from the history of just the music industry and music business, it's profitable to pit people against each other.
Is there only so much fame to go around?
No.
Okay, so there's enough fame to go around.
Yeah.
All right, fame isn't a finite pie.
Mm-hmm.
We can expand the pie.
Yes.
All right, and why do either of them think there should only be one female where there can be so many men?
That's such a great question. And I think it's because of misogyny that fuels.
Okay, so that means that the women, excuse me, I have a bit of a cold.
No, you're good.
That means that the women are buying into the misogyny.
They're
saying it's okay. There can only be one of us. There can be 100 men rappers, but only one queen.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think that female, just artists at large, rappers, singers, do you think that they subscribe to this narrative because they also know that it will sell?
Okay, I guess it's sort of like, I guess when you said that, I think about what's that called? Worldwide Wrestling? Is that it? Like
WWE?
WWE, yeah.
Yes.
The Hulk Hogan's and stuff like
Yes.
that. I
Maybe
guess,
rest.
yeah. I mean, maybe it's like the Hulk Hogan's. Maybe it's all fake. Maybe it's all made up. Maybe they're acting like they're thrown down to the ground, but they're planning it. Oh, here's a conspiracy. They're planning it together that they're gonna.
Oh, yes. Yes. And also, I find it hilarious that you bring up Hulk Hogan as we're talking about misogyny. And may he rest.
Okay, yeah.
Not rest in peace, but may he rest.
Okay, so but you asked me not about was he a misogynist, but about money and about like this kind of what do you call rivalry that's put on. It's a dramatization for money. So maybe they are, maybe by doing this feud, they get people, it's like rage bait today, right? Everybody's profiting from rage bait. Like I think Charlie Kirk profited. He was worth $90 million, or he,
Insane.
his organization and him or whatever, $90 million. Rage bait pays. So people keep using it. And maybe that's a way of mentoring that. I don't know, right? I mean, maybe by dragging each other into the arena like WWE, maybe that was a form of mentoring because you are giving the spotlight to you and your rival. I don't know.
I love how you try to act like, oh, I don't really know much about pop culture. And then you just rip it to shreds because there with the current tensions between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, everybody on social media is like, oh, they're totally in cahoots. This is a agreement that they have made where when one person is selling something, the other is inciting this rage and getting both fan bases.
Rage sells.
Yeah,
rage
it does.
sells. But, again, as a female, I'm always curious why there can only be one queen bee, right? And they're like, why do we have to knock people down to help them sell albums? I mean, what if they just said, hey, my friend Cardi B just came out with this new album. Like, I really want you guys to listen to it. It's awesome. Why the other way?
I think that's something that we'll probably never really get to the bottom of, because everything always just goes back.
Well, no, I think we can. You're talking about pop culture.
Yeah.
Rage bait is pop culture, right? So people today think the only way to get these clicks or monetize something is with rage bait. I think that is pop culture. So instead of mentoring, instead of supporting, instead of putting it out there like, oh my God, I love my friend Cardi B, or I love my friend Nicki Minaj, I'm going to just tear that person down in a pretend fight. And I think it's just terrible. I actually think it's pretty fucked up, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Because we're just playing into everything that's in our culture right now. Everything. Politically, religiously, artistically, we are just separating and ripping each other down. I would bet if Nicki Minaj got up there and said, "Yeah, my friend, man, she rocks it. I want you to listen to her song. As a matter of fact, I want to do a duet with her, and she is so great." What do you think would happen? People would go, "Well, fuck that. I'm not going to listen. They're not arguing."
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think would happen?
I do think that the responsibility falls on the consumer to shift what we expect from our leaders in music and politics.
Yeah, but rage gives us, it's addictive. It's addictive. And I really think, and we can talk about this in another episode and more in depth.
Yeah.
But I think of rage like up here are the major cartels, right? The politicians and the people, and they sell it to the distributors, which are Facebook and Instagram and all these social media platforms. And then there's the consumers, and they need their hit. So they get addicted to like what is it? I don't know if it's dopamine or serotonin or whatever. Some chemical in the brain that gets a hit every time they hear something like that. So we have a lot of, just average Joes at the bottom addicted to their hits all day. But we have people up here who are deeply calculating how to sell these hits, these dopamine hits. So I don't care if it's Cardi B. I don't care if it's Donald Trump, whoever it is. To me, we should really be thinking about how do we lift each other up, and how do we get hits or likes or something from that? Like, why do we have to rip each other apart to get noticed? I'm not ripping you apart.
Not today.
Of course, maybe we're not noticed
Not
either.
today, right?
I mean,
Wait till the cameras turn off.
maybe no one will notice us, right? So we'll go down in total oblivion because we're not ripping each other apart.
Right.
I mean, we're having a dialogue about something, and we disagree on some things and agree on some things, right? But I don't need to rip you down.
No. And, it goes back to mentorship. What is that? Like, whose responsibility is it to initiate it? Is it the mentee, or is it the mentor? Or I'm sorry, is it the younger person, or is it the older person?
Okay, so this is an interesting question. And I was actually just interviewed yesterday by a woman who is, her name's Chenya, and she's from Spain, and just an amazing person. And she is getting her PhD on women in leadership. and she wanted to interview me about mentorship. I've mentored people throughout
Right up your alley.
right up my alley throughout my life. And I, I don't think it's either responsibility. I think the best mentorship comes when somebody sees something that they feel they can nurture in somebody. And that relationship at best can happen organically. It doesn't always, in a work situation, you might get paired with somebody, but I think it's both people's responsibility, the mentor and the mentee, to respect and make the best out of the relationship. I wouldn't say it's like one or the other, to see what can be nurtured. Like I consider myself your mentor, right? And I feel my job is to see what's best in you and how you can develop that. What do you feel you owe me as a mentee? That sounds like a manatee.
Right.
A mentee, like you'll be swimming around as a manatee. What do you owe? What do you owe me? What do you feel?
That's a great question. And it's something that I do think about often because I was raised to honor just anybody who has a certain just level of experience and even just, I don't know how to explain it, but like I was able to experience my great grandparents. I was able to experience my grandparents. I was raised in a culture of honor, and I was raised in a culture of respecting your elders, and not in the sense of like old versus young, but just like
right,
those
but
who
that's
are
family. Let me ask you something. Am I your first mentor?
I would say that you are my first. No, I have two mentors who I love dearly, Ryan Whitney. They are incredible artists who have toured the world supporting like Alicia Keys, as Sharon, as singers, like supporting vocalists. And I remember just going up to them, just like, I would love for you all to mentor me. And that was like the first, I think, introduction to what that type of dynamic looks like. And we struggled because they hadn't experienced a mentee before and I hadn't experienced a mentor before. So
really, I admire you for taking the lead on that and asking for mentorship. I think that's hard. I think a lot of people, they don't know how to ask somebody, I think people are really terrified to feel vulnerable.
That's it.
And what if the person goes, look, I just don't have the time. But you know what? If they say that, you know what you could do next? Here's a thought. You can say, can you recommend somebody for me that you might think is a good fit? I'm really looking to learn.
Yeah. And, I think what you just said about the vulnerability piece is important. And I think that that's why I struggled to receive the fullness that I probably could have received from them, because I wasn't ready to be vulnerable enough to allow them to really see me.
You wanted to look.
Exactly.
You wanted to look like you're all that in a pack of smokes, right?
And I wanted
in their eyes.
Yes.
Instead of saying, wow, let me learn from you. But before we end today, let's do this. Okay. So Cardi B obviously isn't vulnerable in her music. What's that song you were teaching me? Let's sing it together.
Okay. 5, 6, 7.
8.
Little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is rare bottles, these is bloody shoes. Hit the store, I can get them both. I don't want to choose that I'm quick. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at that part.
Okay. I already forgot the words, so I was just the backup dancer. Did you notice that? I was just the backup dancer.
That works too. But don't worry, because I have a video of you when you were discovering Bodak Yellow for the first time.
If you put that out, I may have to kill you or run and find a cave I can hide in.
I like the latter.
Okay. All right. See you next time.
See you next episode.
Still, I don't think so. Outrageous, contagious, be the icon someday.